LBC, Britain's only independent news and information station. Good morning, it's 7 o'clock. I'm Douglas Cameron. The main stories again. The hunt goes on for a madman who stabbed a young mother to death on Wimbledon Common. Londoners could be hit by another rise in car insurance thanks to joyriding thieves.
I think the big story of the day must be the economy. We're not very well covered on that. We've got Margaret Beckett.
The all-new Mike Carlton Morning Report from 6 till 9 on LBC News Talk 97.3 FM.
Both refused to come anywhere this morning.
Well, that's a great relief, because I don't think people should have to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and listen to Norman Lamont. I think life is too short for that.
Good morning, it's 9 minutes after 7 o'clock on Thursday, the 16th of July. This is the Morning Report with Andrew Neil.
Bravo, up at the DHL London lookout. The M25 working very, very well. You might get a little bit stuck at junction 10.
Got her?
Yes, she's there.
On to somewhat more weighty matters, the economy. The government tells us all to tighten our belts again. Our radio car at Westminster, Labour's deputy leader and Treasury spokesperson, Margaret Beckett. Good morning.
Good morning.
Wouldn't you, if you'd won in April, be facing just the same bare cupboard today?
Well, not entirely, because of course...
What we want to do is do a telephone interview in about an hour's time, if he's available and is willing to talk about it. I would assume he will. Yeah, I thought he might.
I would have thought that a place like Wimbledon Common at 9:30 in the morning is exactly the place that a young mother would have thought that she could have taken her child and dog with absolute safety.
Absolutely, Andrew. This part of Wimbledon Common would have been quite busy yesterday, as it is today.
Saying yes, they're going to hold a dividend. They've in fact now fallen to 32. They're down 6.
Hello, mate. It's Fred again. Just a quick one. You know, yesterday morning we had that problem on Vauxhall Bridge.
This is a radio station. It's a living being. Everything is related to everything else. All the programs are related. They're all linked. Everyone knows what everyone else is doing. So stories erupt on one part of the day. They evolve, have a natural lifespan, and end.
Bridge Street is closed from Westminster Bridge diversions via Victoria Embankment and Horse Guards Avenue. Network South East and the Underground. No reported problems. Traffic and trains every 10 minutes.
Another Royal Garden party on today, is there?
Oh, please, no.
You don't like them very much. How do you think the Queen feels? I hope she's listening. 21 minutes. Well, of course she's listening.
You're absolutely right.
21 minutes past 8 o'clock, LBC News Talk. You wouldn't miss it for a moment, would you?
Talk about broadcasting, particularly the BBC charter coming up. The idea of public service broadcasting, where are we now? Where does it go? The kind of debate we're going to have about that, you know?
There is a kind of something about the Pakistani character which... you've got the, Pakistan have won the toss and will bat. See what you decided to bet?
Well, it would have depended on the wicket, Frank. I would have seen if there was any moisture, if there was grass, it would make sense.
Jenny. Hello. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good to see you. Do you know David Mellor?
Hi.
Hi.
We've got football coverage for the last hour in terms of the preview of the season. Looking at some of the transfer speculation, Jeff Thomas could be on his way to Arsenal for 2.5. We have a programme, we have 5 hours, we just need a couple of features, do we, to put in next?
Yeah, I bet we've got 2 pieces. We've got Michael Roberts, like to be champion.
It's 11:31, this is Jonathan Staples. Police hunting the killer of a young mother on Wimbledon Common have revealed that they arrested a man yesterday, a short time after her body was discovered.
Did they say they'd arrested somebody?
3, 2, 1, off you go! Steve, 1992 Strollathon on its way.
Thank you, Fred.
And none of them are running.
Let's now talk about another area which is full of pitfalls for the politician, and that's the media. I mean, I suppose that the problem always is with the media. They look at a politician approaching and think, here's a few private grievances to be settled on this one.
A bit of chafing between politicians and broadcasters. It's part of a free society, because if the relationship is too cosy, then society isn't actually functioning as it should.
We're going to be talking to a lady from Save the Children Fund, and we'll have another chat to some more LBC people who are down here, and by that time there'll be even more people here, so it's very busy. It's Regent's Park, it's the Strollathon. Fred and I are down here. Come down, say hello.
The key numbers are that 2 million people listen to us every week, 3 million listen to us every month. We've got the most upmarket audience of any radio station in the UK. And they spend over 11 hours a week, that's longer than they consume any other media, listening to our radio station.
Watch and listen as all the currencies converge in EMU. Economic...
Exactly why Britain now is stuck in the 2-tier of Europe, which is the weak part.
Said the same.
They cannot mess it more,
can you couldn't have made my point better for me, because it was precisely because we were committed to change your mechanism.
Enough sound effects, do you think? You sure not too crowded? I thought it was awful.
Did you enjoy it? It's a very powerful piece, and it's powerful in the most extraordinary way because it's very, very low key. You do have to listen. It's about 3 hostages in Beirut, chained to the
It's
wall.
been a long and tough recession, but now one of the largest, most comprehensive surveys of business in the UK, the British Chambers of Commerce Economic Survey for the second quarter of the year, suggests a slow improvement in the economy.
So I've no doubt the worst is over. We'll look back and we'll say this was the moment at which the tide began to turn.
If we do a piece at around 4, or whenever the conference ends, and then 5 o'clock lead, and a piece at 6, I might not get out till 4:45.
Now, silence in court, if you please, ladies and gentlemen, for the one and only Stephen Gold, our sympathetic solicitor, our champion of the people. Stephen, a very good afternoon.
Oh, it's nice to be here in the Court of Murray, if I may say so.
Well, that's very...
The sale of the summer starts Wednesday at 10 a.m. The Harvey Nichols Summer Sale. Can we do the one again?
David Miller's a big boy. For heaven's sake, he's a QC. He is not an unintelligent man. He must have known that the private lives of politicians were going to be scrutinised much more strongly and much more closely than the private lives of a milkman. If he wanted to involve in extramarital tow jobs, he should have stayed out of politics.
Do you want me to put questions in, or can you think up your own? Well, I usually do. I know, so sometimes it's a waste of time.
Going around the world with our correspondents. This week we're touching down in New York, Tokyo, Seville, Moscow and Berlin.
But now they're even more affordable.
Jonathan,
Yeah.
I know, darling, you're really enthusiastic about a Mercedes being 16,000.
I'll check it now. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Rob. Bye.
Very good afternoon to you. It's 4.5 minutes past 4, and you're listening to Angela Riffin's Drive Time here on LBC News Talk. Coming up in today's programme between now and 7 o'clock, is time running out for David Mellor? A Tory backbencher tells him to quit as Fleet Street prepares to publish further revelations. We'll have a full story and reaction.
Whatever it is from the news today you'd like to talk over, then do give us a call.
They're all death penalty. Okay. What's your phone number, please?
Simply murder or suicide.
What's Christianity? Hang on, why do people keep trying to bring Christianity into every conversation?
As a result of
that, I understand there was a fight. As a result of that,
There is a copycat element at work here, and that it was fine for them to riot down in Bristol, and they've been doing it for the past couple of nights on other estates, so come on, lads, why don't we have a go as well?
Yeah, sure there is. I mean, these people...
He has no possible sympathy at all for David Mellor. The man has got to go.
I do think that this is a boil, and I speak from experience, this is a boil that will have to be lamped.
Margaret, I'm going to stop you there before you dig yourself a bigger hole and jump into a very narrow point of view to end the programme from a very narrow-minded person.
The largest campaign of its kind that's running in this country, not only on radio but in any type of media. And actually I'm trying to get a feel from North West about exactly how much the value of the tickets are. I think it's $2.5 million for tickets across a year. Now this is a great opportunity for sales.
2,300,000 adults. But the key thing really is the frequency, which is each hears your messages across 36 times on that side.
It always starts outside of Dixon's. Have you noticed that? It starts outside of Rumbelows. You know, we never have a right in the centre of town here.
Up the front end of this is a 2-litre Vauxhall engine, which will, if I let it, propel us from 0 to 60 in less than 5 seconds. It's really like a very powerful roller skate.
Richard Allen's First Edition, the programme that brings you tomorrow's news tonight.
Yes or no? Do you want to be Prime Minister?
Do I want to win? Of course I want to win.
Do you want to be Prime Minister?
That he was actually duped or even conned by you into helping the CIA.
This is a small and crowded island that we've got no room. We've plenty of room. If we
Flowers in a glass vase on a television in the living room, we are meant to believe, are wilting, and the petals falling to the floor. Wilting, some say, as much as David Mellor's own career. Wilting by the minute.
Good afternoon, and welcome to this week's edition of Body Talk. I'm Michael Van Stratton, here to help you, as always, to help yourselves to better health.
It's been a pretty gloomy day today, hasn't it? A lot of serious news about, and of course the big story of the day, David Mellor. So I want you to help me compile a David Mellor Love Nest brochure. What do you think should be in a love nest?
You can find out what's going on, but you can have a good time doing it. That is the core message for the radio station. We'll be your friend in the daytime, we'll be your companion at night time. You can listen to the radio station and know you're having a good time. But if anything happens anywhere, we'll tell you. you've got to be London because London is so significant. So we give you the world through the eyes of London. That's the attraction. That's the sell. It's an irresistible USP.